So I saw the announcement Trump made on Thursday, and I knew I wouldn't be the only one affected, so I did some research so you won't have to. On September 25th, Trump made an announcement that starting October 1st, there would be a 100% tariff placed on all branded and patented pharmaceutical products. He stated that the only companies that these tariffs would not affect are the ones that are building their manufacturing plants in the United States, or those that have broken ground, meaning they purchased the land and they plan to build their manufacturing plants in the United States. So what does that mean for us? I'm going to start with the basics if you're like myself and just recently learning how medicines are made. Most medicines have two parts. The first part is the active pharmaceutical ingredient, or API, and that is basically the engine of the medicine. This is the chemical that helps the product actually work. And then those APIs are combined with other inactive but still important ingredients and processed, packaged into capsules, pills, injections for us to use. I've seen comments claiming that most of our medication is made here, but that's just not the case. I think the misconception comes in when you look at the percentages of APIs that we do manufacture, the dollar amount. When you look at the dollar amount, it says about half. But when you look at the volume of APIs, we only produce about 10 to 20%. Most of the raw chemicals and APIs that we need still come from places like India and China. People on Medicaid, this is actually a cause of concern in my opinion. About 2/3 of the top 100 Medicaid medications are manufactured outside of the U.S. So even if we were to try to make all medications in the U.S., it would be hard because the chemicals and the APIs that are needed are sourced from foreign manufacturers. To build production for those raw chemicals takes years. It's a massive investment that will require skilled workers, and that sounds expensive for the consumer. I mean, it sounds like we're out of luck either way, but I've seen a few different theories so far, one being that this is another attempt at everyone. Some say that this is great because it'll bring more work to the United States. And some people believe that this is just because we laughed way too hard at his inability to pronounce acetaminophen. Acetaminophen? We have a dependence on foreign APIs. That means any sudden changes like these tariffs or plant closures could cause a spike in the cost of medicine, or just make them really hard to get, like almost impossible, which is dangerous. Some people are questioning if it's true because it came through social media, not a formal regulation that laid out how it will be implemented, like no clear executive or trade order. Some experts are saying that this could lead to trade laws or constitutional challenges. Like with Europe, I saw yesterday that we had an agreement that tariffs would cap at 15%. But according to what I'm seeing today, these new tariffs will not apply to any country that we had an existing agreement with. And I found a list of those countries. If you're interested, I'm going to put it right here. I saw the announcement. I had so many questions. I didn't want to overthink. I went to the comments. I don't know why I still do that. It's like touching the stove to see if it's hot. It did not help my anxiety. But yes, import and med costs could rise. Supply chains could be disrupted. And Trump's goal is to move the production of these products to the United States, which is a very complex operation that may not be able to be done quickly for all products before any unfortunate repercussions. Yeah, my first thought was my horse medicine, but then my seizure medication, of course, and my new ADHD medication, which I probably will stop soon, but it low-key indirectly sponsored this video. And then, of course, I thought about all my loved ones and the medication they rely on, and where are all these medications made? Those are my questions. This is all I found so far. If I missed anything, let me know. I'd like to add that I don't like this has turned into a situation where people are being forced to choose between Trump and Big P for personal reasons. The last thing we need is more division. So, do you think these tariffs will actually be implemented? Or is this more about furthering divide by sparking conversations? I know advising everyone to switch to holistic remedies is not realistic in every scenario, but I do suggest doing some research to see what you can do for yourself outside of Big P. And remember, please don't stress about things that are not in your control. Manifestation and energy matter. What you give energy to will manifest, whether that be good or bad energy. All is well and all will be well. And this is coming from a person with a long list of health issues that Big P profits from. Okay, have a good one.